Donald Trump, a name synonymous with wealth, power, and controversy. But behind the billionaire brand, there's a story filled with struggle, setbacks, and personal challenges that many people don't often hear about. In this video, we're diving deep into the struggles of Donald Trump, his rise, his failures, and how he kept coming back despite everything working against him. Stay tuned for a roller coaster ride of highs and lows. Born in 1946 in Queens, New York, Donald Trump was raised in a wealthy family. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer, so Donald had big shoes to fill. But things weren't always smooth sailing for him. In fact, Trump's early years were marked by struggles, especially in school. At just 13 years old, Donald was sent to New York Military Academy after behavioral issues at his previous school. He later said this experience gave him discipline and helped shape his confidence. But it wasn't an easy transition. He had to prove himself to his peers and teachers. After military school, Trump went on to attend Fordham University and later transferred to the prestigious Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. He earned an economics degree in 1968, but even with all this education, his big break wouldn't come easy. After college, Donald joined his father's business, the Trump Organization. Fred had made his mark in the outer boroughs of New York, but Donald wanted more. He set his sights on Manhattan, the big leagues. The only problem? No one took him seriously. He faced huge skepticism from the New York elite. His big ideas were seen as reckless. He struggled to secure financing for his projects, and many lenders weren't willing to take a chance on this brash young businessman. He had to pull off daring moves, like convincing the banks to back him for the construction of the Trump Tower. Despite the doubters, Trump eventually succeeded with the Trump Tower in 1983, but it wasn't all smooth sailing. That's when his next big hurdle appeared: financial struggles. Fast forward to the early 1990s. The real estate market took a nosedive, and Trump found himself in a massive financial crisis. His casinos in Atlantic City were losing money, and his debts were piling up. Trump was facing over $900 million in liabilities. He was a millionaire on paper, but he had no liquid cash to cover his debts. His real estate empire was on the brink of collapse. And to make matters worse, the banks came knocking. He had to renegotiate his loans just to stay afloat. Many people thought he was done for, but Donald Trump had a unique ability to bounce back from the brink. After restructuring his debts and slashing costs, he managed to hold on to his brand, despite the mounting financial pressures. Despite his financial troubles in the 90s, Trump wasn't finished yet. By the early 2000s, he reinvented himself, this time as a TV star. With the launch of In 2004, Trump became a household name, but not just for his business skills. People knew him as the tough-talking, no-nonsense businessman who fired contestants on TV. This image revitalized his public persona and helped him reconnect with a broader audience. The show was a massive success, and it worked wonders for his brand. It brought him back into the public spotlight, and soon, Trump was more famous for his catchphrases than his business ventures. But as we all know, wasn't the only thing on his mind. In 2015, Donald Trump announced his candidacy for president. And let's be honest, many people thought it was just another publicity stunt. He was criticized for his controversial comments, his lack of political experience, and the fact that his campaign was, frankly, seen as a joke by many in the establishment. But Trump had a different plan. His no-holds-barred rhetoric and outsider status struck a chord with a large part of the American electorate. His run was full of struggles. He was constantly battling the media, his rivals, and his own party. But Trump didn't back down. Despite being mocked and underestimated by many, he pulled off one of the biggest political upsets in U.S. history, defeating Hillary Clinton to become the 45th President of the United States. Even as president, Trump's struggles didn't end. His time in office was marred by endless controversies, investigations, and legal battles. He was impeached twice, once in 2019 over allegations related to Ukraine, and again in 2021 following the Capitol riot. Both times he was acquitted by the Senate, but the controversy and legal battles continue to follow him into his post-presidency years. Though his presidency was divisive, Trump's influence on American politics remains strong, with many of his supporters rallying behind him for another run in 2024. His struggles have only added to the complexity of his legacy. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Donald Trump's life story is filled with dramatic ups and downs. From personal failures to financial crises and political challenges, Trump's ability to reinvent himself and bounce back from each setback has been remarkable. His struggles have shaped his character and his public image, and his story is far from over. Will he continue to defy the odds, or will he face new challenges that he can't overcome? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the struggles of Donald Trump, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And let me know your thoughts on Trump's journey in the comments below. See you in the next video.